Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today guys I'll be creating a video on specifically how to turn your ML model into a website. So first of all, let's try to understand guys what and why we are discussing this. So guys, as a data scientist, you would face a lot of engineering challenges, and engineering challenges often bypass the amount of research challenges needed, specifically in a corporate organization. So guys, trying to understand that what happens is that usually you guys create some sort of model, and then you just need to dump that model in the pickle file. So this is the first step which needs to be made very clear, that you need to save your model. So whenever you get data, you do data cleaning, you perform feature engineering, then you do some sort of analysis, and then you build a model. So until here I have seen most of you can do things because this is very explanatory and intuitive, and specifically now with the idea of using AI to assist you specifically in code writing for data science development is a big market, and you guys are very comfortably able to do all these five steps. But sometimes whenever we ask students to deploy something, they often face a lot of difficulty. So let's just break that down into an break then break break that down into a system so that you can understand, because I guess no one till date has made you understand this. It's more like, hey, this is how it needs to be done, rather than what is going behind the scenes, probably because a lot of people just bypass a lot of things, but I don't do it. So I want to make sure that you understand it fully. So guys, first of all, we'll start with just a simple layer, that is two layer system. So what happen is, there is something known as client, there is something known as server. Okay, so whenever the client makes a request to the server does some backend processing, and server sends them a response. So this is more like a request, and this is more like response. So on these grounds only, you need to create a system such that you will have a server and you will have a client. And the client side programming is done in three languages: one is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And on the server side, you can use Node.js, or like I'm using this Flask for my backend, so I'm using Python. So, and most of you would also use Python only. So guys, just try to understand here how does it happen. So understand, what we have is an application where there are four features, that is square feet, bedrooms, bathrooms, and age of the house, and then we are going to predict the price. So I think you guys are able to understand the problem statement well, and you guys do things till here very nice. Now what happens is, guys, you guys maybe look into some tutorial and just maybe learn how to copy paste this sort of system, which is also like, okay, not a very big issue, that we can create a folder structure in context of Flask. So the first step, guys, is see this folder structure. You have static, you have templates, and then you have app.py. So inside static, guys, you have two folders. One is CSS. So guys, CSS is the one that is used for styling purposes, and then you have JavaScript. So essentially JavaScript is used for interacting with the web, and I'll be showing you how in depth, guys. Okay, and then you guys have templates in which you have index.html, and you form the basic structure. So guys, first of all, just open this index.html and try to get yourself comfortable with the basic form like structure. Okay, this is a basic form like structure. You have a house price predictor, that's the title of the page. Then you have the main class is this container, and the main thing is that you have a h1 tag, that is a house price predictor, and then you have a form section that you are creating. And basically these are your labels, and these are the input types. Okay, see, you won't have to do all these coding, but just understanding basic HTML, guys, this is not something very difficult that you will say we don't understand. All you are doing is just writing a header and then creating a form. Okay, and you just give these IDs. These IDs are important because essentially later on JavaScript would use these IDs to interact with this. I'll show you everything so that you can really understand rather than just copy pasting code. Because guys, once AI is gonna come into picture, why I'm saying once, it has already come into the picture, you might not have to do a lot of micro level programming, it would be more at an abstract level. So understanding how things work so that you can debug and tweak it the way you want would be the skill that would be only required, and that skill is just going to be coming in the next year, guys. You can mark this video, you can record this. I stand by my words. In 2025 you will have a lot of benchmarks that would get beaten up, so just wait and watch. And specifically in terms of coding, so guys, that's why understanding things at an abstract levels becomes important, so that you can generate code and build up stuff very easily. So this is the result section. So this is a basic HTML template, guys. You can generate it via any AI tool. That is okay, that is not a very big issue, but just try to keep your HTML syntax very simple so that it doesn't complicate later. The next thing is, guys, CSS. So CSS is essentially used for styling. I think you can understand that like how my container would look like, what is the padding, what is the color, all these things you can do it. This would be mostly done by your web developer. So but you should know that, hey, this is the main styling sheet. Now comes the JSS part of it, sorry, the JS part of it. So guys, see, this is JS, and app.py is something, the main thing that you as a developer also needs to understand, that what is happening and from where we are trying to build up stuff. So this is my Flask file. This is very simple, guys. Okay, once you will see the code, you will understand. I'm importing it, I'm creating a instance of Flask, I'm loading the model, then I'm creating a basic route, that's index.html. So guys, I have made like a complete playlist on Flask, so you can refer that, but you understand this. Okay, now guys, just try to see what happens is, first of all, this is basic document object model, in which we are just fetching the elements by its IDs, and then what we are doing, once the form is clicked on submit, then function e will get triggered. Okay, and e dot prevent default. So what is it doing? So whenever, guys, you submit a form, the page refreshes. That's the basic default nature of the browser. But here what is going to happen is that this processing will happen, right? Prevent default we are using. Okay, you don't need to know, but I'm just telling you all these things so that you understand code line by line. So what we are then doing, we are just fetching the data values. So whatever data values the user has entered, we are having them over here. So that's the power of DOM. You can interact with it. And guys, here is the main thing, this is the main thing that what we are doing. So from the JavaScript, what we are doing, we are using fetch to hit this route. So we'll be hitting this route, and we'll be passing our data in the form of JSON, and then we'll be getting a response, and then we'll be displaying that response. And if you'll see, I'll open both the files parallelly so that you can really understand. This was the main objective to make this video, to just give you a very micro level glimpse of what exactly happens in backend, because I think some of you have difficulties in this topic, so that's why I thought of making a video on it. So guys, just see what is happening. Here we are making a request to this system. So what is happening, a client is making a request to the server, and exactly this is a post call, post API call, and the data gets over here. You do the basic stuff, and then you make the predictions using the pickle file, and then you send it back to the server, and then it displays the result. So guys, this is all that you need to understand. So now whenever you are creating a ML project, you do data cleaning, feature engineering, analysis, and build an ML model, you should always create a website for it, always. Okay, because now it's so simple, right? All you need to do is you need to create a HTML form. Okay, and I've shown you how to even read JS code, right? No one in any tutorial you will find they explain you JS code, because they themselves don't get it, guys. So it's very essential to follow the right kind of people. See, what we are essentially doing in these three lines, we are doing nothing, we are just trying to fetch the HTML elements by their IDs. Okay, and what is this? So form on submit. So on submit of the form, the function e will run. E dot prevent default would prevent the default behavior of the form, that is web page refreshment. And then we are creating a simple object, we are sending in the request to the server, and post that the server is sending us back the response, and we are displaying it. So guys, this is all that we are doing in specifically in terms of JS. So this is very important video, guys, because now you have seen that how to create a full-fledged website for anything. So I'll be linking the code of my GitHub. Please follow me on GitHub as well. And guys, this would really help you ace any of your projects. So I know that this is a very common request which a lot of you have, so you can just rewatch this lecture. And also guys, please follow and subscribe my YouTube. The biggest advantage is that if you have any doubts, you can directly DM me. I'll be able to take care of your doubts individually. Thank you and have a great day ahead. Bye guys.